edition of the Punters show is back from a little break there, boys. How are we travelling? Everything all right? Should mention guests coming up.
Feeling very impressive, yeah. People working for us.
It's quite amazing, isn't it? Do you want a glass of water or coffee
It's
or
odd,
something?
yeah. Well
please, boys. Thank you. All right, coming up, Miss Bondi, of course. Hats Aiken, not too far away. Slaughter of the Quarterback very soon. But first, email time, our first of the new season. And it's from our old mate Barlands, and it's about synthetic tracks. Hi guys, I've been missing the weekly fix, and it's great to have the show back. A big success story from the past few weeks has been the synthetic tracks. What do you guys think? We don't race on synthetic tracks in New South Wales, which I think is wrong. It would be interesting for Mark to comment on how to interpret synthetic track form and for horses moving from synthetic to grass.
Look, every time we have a wet winter, up come the synthetic tracks. I know it's appealing that to see horses racing on those surfaces while the others are slogging it out on the very, very wet grass tracks. But it dies away. The second you get a little bit of a drying spell, and suddenly nobody's that interested in synthetic tracks. Obviously, they've put a few of them in. I would suggest, as far as following the form from them, is that they're specific. So, given that the synthetic tracks don't exist in provincial or metropolitan New South Wales, you don't really need to consider the form. As far as Geelong, conducting metropolitan meetings there.
Metropolitan, country, provincial, and picnic. Every meeting you can possibly have.
Yeah. Look, basically, you take the synthetic track form to the synthetic track, and I think they're all different, and otherwise bar it.
Well, we talk about it, don't we? Like when the winter's wet, but by
We've
the
had a
time
really wet winter
we have a
this
good
time.
discussion about it, like anything in racing New South Wales, it takes forever to get a decision. By the time they even get halfway around a decision, it's summer again. We're all at the beach and no one gives a rat's ass. But it interests me. It interests me more.
How many meetings did we lose this year? Not that many.
Well, let's say we lost half a dozen.
Across the state, you mean?
No, we lost a lot more than that across the state.
Yeah, but how many meetings have we had on this course proper out here at Randwick that has been that has destroyed the track though?
Yeah, but we didn't need to race on the course proper at Randwick. We've had 2 meetings over the winter at Warwick Farm. How ridiculous is that?
I love going to Warwick Farm.
We're going to Warwick Farm on Saturday.
Looking forward to it. So you're pro synthetic track or what?
I'm pro synthetic track when the races are called off and I'm home and I'm half mental. Then I want a synthetic track in place. But basically, I'm a grassman.
I'm against synthetic.
The only point I'd make is that Geelong has been up and running for 6 weeks, 2 months, or whatever, and it looks like it's going great. But what's to say in 6 months' time we might be not coming back to it and saying what a waste of time this was, and it's all falling apart and it's up the shit.
Didn't that happen before? Geelong fell apart.
Well, it had. I mean, they're not an exact science yet. So before we start digging up a track and making it synthetic, let's just make sure it works first, or if that's the way we go.
For me, it's like tennis. You watch hardcore tennis and you go, you get on the grass at Wimbledon and you go, well, this looks interesting.
You tend to watch it, don't you?
I think that stick with grass.
All right, new segment time, Mark, and it is. That was good, wasn't it? Did you like that?
That's exciting, wasn't it?
Did you want to see it again?
No, I wouldn't mind, actually.
Okay.
It relaxes me.
There you go. Right, Pearls of Wisdom. What is Pearls of Wisdom, Mark, and what wisdom are we going to
dispense today? Well, look, Glenn and I have been on the track for 30 years, and in that time, there's been a number of very sharp people in the betting ring, always looking out for new angles, because it's the nature of the gambling beast that new angles are quickly worked away and they become no angles.
True.
In fact, they go from acute to obtuse. And
if I knew what that meant, I'd agree.
So the idea is that you've got to be constantly at the cutting edge, in the vanguard of new ideas.
Absolutely.
And
I agree
an
with
idea that I've already promoted to the audience, which will eventually lose its lustre, but is still an idea that's working at the moment, is the idea of following a horse's starting price. And
SP profile?
Well, of course, the starting price is a market consensus figure that gives you the expectation of a horse's performance. Everybody's focused on the actual performance. Oh, that horse won well, it'll win again. Oh, that horse ran terribly, it can't win. You must look at what the horse was expected to do and take that, marry those two together. This is what the horse did, this is what the horse was expected to do, and it's a very, very important facet of a horse's performance. I'll give you a little timid example. There will be 2 horses running in a very common staying race on Saturday. They're called Roscoe de Largo and Telesmon. and they've had 3 starts against each other in the last month or so. The first time Roscoe de Largo started 7-4, Talismon started 5-1. Talismon beat Roscoe de Largo home. The next start, they turned around and their positions in the betting were reversed, but based on the expectation of what they should have done in their first start, the positions were reversed again, and Roscoe de Largo beat Talismon home. The next time they race again, Talismon's longer than Roscoe de Largo. This is getting too technical, I know.
Was I at all these meetings?
What I'm saying is the shorter priced horse the previous start beat the other one home the next time.
Pearls of wisdom.
That's it.
Lovely. Do you got anything to add? Acute, obtuse angles? What angles have you had?
No, this is Mark's segment.
Yeah, no, well, Mark's finished.
I completely agree. Mark discussed with me 15 years ago, and I think it's a strong pointer to winning.
But what a couple of angles that you've come up with, whether you're obtuse or acute.
Are you allowed
and then
to
the
tell us?
vanguard of...
I'm always... is that when you're... Yeah, no, I'm... Yeah. I've got any other angles.
All right, well, that
I'm
is
releasing.
Pearls of Wisdom, the first segment, SP Profile, the old favourite.
So each week we'll come up with, try and come up with a little idea that's worth talking about.
And we'll help you punting. I know, actually, it was a case in point. I mean, it was a short odds-on favourite, but Champagne Dynamite, which won at
Gosford on Tuesday.
Gosford.
It started favourite in the Gimcrack Stakes. I mean, it's, you know, if you're good enough to
Yes,
start
well, that's
favourite
right.
in the
And
Gimcrack
of course,
Stakes.
Champagne Dynamite ran very poorly in the
Yeah.
Gimcrack Stakes, but what was important to look at was how is it expected to perform in the Gimcrack? And that was an important thing to look
And
at.
if you're expected to win a Gimcrack Stakes, you're probably expected to win a
Gosford
Gosford
Maiden.
Maiden.
You would hope so.
You would have.
Take a break, back with more.